Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Josh Strife-Hayes. Recently, this channel hit 200,000 YouTube subscribers, making it one of the larger gaming channels on YouTube. In this video, I'd like to show you where I started, how many mistakes I made along the way, and where we're going to go in the future. Now, as many of you know, my computer recently died. If you want to see the new one I've got, stick around, because I've got one hell of an upgrade to show you. 4 years ago, on March 10th, 2017, I uploaded my first ever YouTube video to this channel, a 5.5 hour unedited playthrough of Dark Souls 3. The video was actually a recorded Twitch stream. In it you can see grainy gameplay, oppressive stream overlays of grey boxes with red and white text, lots of lag, and if you listen, you can hear the finest pops and crackles a £10 Argos headset mic can get you.
Kill me. Hey look, my souls from that death that didn't happen. No! No, I don't want to go down! Oh, what? I wanted to go up twice. Now I've got to go off the thing and press the button again, and then we've got to go up again, and this is just wasting time, really.
This video was recorded on a PC using one of the first generation i7 processors, which weren't as good as the later generation i5s. I was running 8GB of RAM, but I didn't realise at the time, despite having 2400 MHz RAM, my motherboard actually capped my RAM speed at 1333 MHz. I had a single hard drive, a 512GB mechanical hard disk. My PC was fine for gaming, but it was absolutely not built for content creation. I was recording with Streamlabs OBS on all the wrong settings, and I was editing on Shotcut, a free open source lightweight editor. I didn't start YouTube for any other reason than sharing my love of gaming with other people. The next video, though, marks the start of something, my obsession with MMORPG content. Between uni classes, along with streaming Dark Souls 3, I would play Neverwinter to relax. And I realised Neverwinter didn't have that many dungeon guides on YouTube, so equipped with a large piece of cheap green felt and absolutely no idea how to colour correct, me and my bright red face made some guides. They weren't very good.
Now, and she'll push this blizzard attack on us. This blizzard attack going to push me back. See how it's pushing me toward the back wall? That back wall is spiky and dangerous. If I get pushed all the way back, I'm going to take damage by being pushed into the wall. So when you see her run to one of these side walls, you want to run up to her and try and stay as close as possible.
I put out 10 Neverwinter guides before trying my hand at something else. I read out some writing prompts from Reddit, which I enjoyed, but no one else did. Then I released a Let's Play of Dark Souls 1, which lags badly and was fun to watch on Twitch, but doesn't have the same charm over on YouTube. Then I finished all the levels on Cuphead. Then came my first academic video about the state of the MMORPG genre, simply titled We Need to Talk About MMORPGs Part 1. I don't know if I ever made a part 2. I did, however, make this fantastic eye-catching thumbnail. The video is an absolute mess of points, no real structure. It's more a rant about the genre. My videos at this point are all over the place. YouTube has no idea who I appeal to. I don't even know why I'm uploading. It's mostly just a creative outlet for things I'm passionate about. Then I finished a playthrough of Dead Space 1. This was also the first time I started wearing a shirt and vest on Twitch, a style I've chosen to now stick with. Then I started an epic daily vlog where I record everything I did for 100 days, and this project, honestly, was for me. I was stuck in a creative rut. I had no idea what to do with my life. I'd finished uni and had hopped from job to job. I found small acting parts here and there, but nothing substantial. I needed a goal. A purpose, otherwise I knew I'd just keep wandering around aimlessly. The 100-day challenge got me out of bed in the morning. It forced me to record and edit and upload and learn the systems. It was a defined schedule of something to do, and that was something I sorely needed. I made everything my mind threw at me. I'd been working as a retail supervisor for a while, so I made some short comedy sketches to release the frustration at the managerial red tape I was experiencing. I finished a playthrough of Tomb Raider, of Command & Conquer 3, then I made some more Neverwinter stuff. I'd finish my day at work, my day moving boxes in a warehouse or serving angry customers in retail. I'd come home and I'd play MMORPGs. RuneScape, Terra, Neverwinter, Guild Wars 2, Elder Scrolls Online, Final Fantasy XIV. These games were my escape from reality. These were how I relaxed in the afternoon. And I thought, why not make videos explaining what I was doing? I was passionate enough about them, and I knew how to explain things. Let's combine those. I made a video about how to make Astral Diamonds the premium currency in Neverwinter, how to play the Demon Hunter class in World of Warcraft. Then, 2 years after starting the channel, I made my first successful video. A Beginner's Guide to Terra. By this point, I'd managed to find work as a supply acting teacher, so I'd been able to put my degree to some use, and one weekend I was sat in my grandparents' house playing Terra, and my granddad asked me to explain the game. I started talking about mobs and DPS and rotations and raids, and he was totally confused, and I realised I was explaining it to him as if he already knew the basics when he didn't. For him to understand, I'd need to go back to foundation level stuff, to explain as if he's not only new to MMORPGs, but to gaming in general. And I realised there were probably a few people in the world like this, so I made a beginner's guide to Terra, and I wrote it to appeal to people who had never played a game before, as if Terra was the first PC game they'd ever downloaded. And it did well. At this point, YouTube was full of mid to high level guides for games, but the beginner's tutorials part of YouTube, that was quite bare. You can see this now with wikis. If you look at the best gear suggested to do anything in an MMORPG, they suggest to you the best stuff in the game, which is ironic because you're trying to get less than the best. I knew at that point what I had to do. I had to make guides for people who were still actually genuinely new. A beginner's guide to RuneScape and then Guild Wars 2 followed, and both did just as well. I then decided to make another style of video, an academic opinion piece about certain elements of MMORPG design. I discussed level scaling, microtransactions, graphics, the overabundance of the MMO game, everything I could think of in a separate video. The whole thing fascinated me, and I wrote all the scripts to be easy to understand and accessible to non-gamers. Granted, I watch them back now and realise I'm speaking way too slowly, but hey, this was a start. The beginner's guides continued. Dark Souls, World of Warcraft, Warhammer 40k, the Fire Cape in old school RuneScape. Then I took another tangent. I wanted to test my creativity, so I wrote an audio drama based on the old school RuneScape quest lines, following the adventure from Tutorial Island. I even got Mod Ash from the old school team to voice the wise old man in an episode. It was great fun to make and great fun to work on, but not popular. I made some RuneScape facts and trivia videos, and then I began work on Our Virtual World, a history of the MMORPG, an episodic documentary where I hoped to chronicle the complete history of the MMORPG genre. I didn't realise at the time what a massive undertaking this would be, and 5 episodes in, we're only just up to Neopets. This series was taking an age to research and edit. Probably because I was still using the same PC I started with. I still had that 512 gig hard drive. That held everything I was working on. At least I knew by now I wanted to focus the channel on the MMORPG genre because that was the genre I played in my free time. So I made 2 videos, a top 10 MMOs you should play in 2020 and a top worst MMOs in 2020. Unsurprisingly, the worst video did better because people have a morbid fascination with terribleness. We want to see how bad things can get. Sometimes great is fun, but awful is memorable, fascinating, and shareable. While I was playing all these games and making all these videos and checking all my emails, I was getting a load of adverts thrown at me, usually in banner ads on the side or ads along the top for terrible looking MMORPGs. You know, the ones with scantily clad women and it always says, "Come save your kingdom," or "My lord, I need you." And I thought, these games look crap. And then I realised they probably are crap. And people like seeing crap games being played. So maybe I could play the crap games and make a video about that. The first episode of Worst MMO Ever is a 1-hour unedited video of a Twitch stream where my camera is so badly colour balanced I look sunburnt. In the stream I played League of Angels, an overly flashy autoplay mess of garish graphics and microtransaction systems on top of systems on top of systems. And when I discovered it had a sequel, Heaven's Fury, I had to play that too. And now I had 2 games with a similar title, Worst MMO Ever, and that makes it a series, so I guess I had to continue. I made a few more beginner's guides to Final Fantasy XIV and then the God Wars dungeon in old school RuneScape, but people seemed to really like the Worst MMO Ever videos, so I scoured Steam to find the lowest rated games I could. Rebirth, Life is Feudal MMO, Warhammer 40k, Eternal Crusade. Some were truly awful, like Rebirth, but some were actually really fun, like Defiance 2050. Some were absolute pits of maddening insanity, like Bloodlines of Prima, which still to this day is probably the most memorable bad game I've ever played. It was developed by one guy, so you've got to respect the hard work, but the game itself was pretty crazy. I kept going. Mortal Online, Tale of Toast, Luck Catchers. If it was multiplayer and online and vaguely MMO, I played it. From horse riding tales to Adventure Quest worlds and everything in between. This was my thing now. And it wasn't just about the game, it was about the journey. I tried to give each video a storyline, a goal. It wasn't just a breakdown of systems and analysis of how it all works, it was a journey from start to finish, character creation to wherever I decided to log out, and all the strange experiences in between. I wanted to make the series entertaining to non-MMO fans as well as MMO players, so it needed to focus on both mechanical critique and light-hearted entertainment. I returned to making comedy sketches for a bit because honestly I needed a break from the constant bad games, and I still maintain that while these videos didn't do very well, they are funny. By now the channel was actually becoming something. I think I had around 12,000 subs at this point, so I decided to make Should You Play X Game in 2021 videos because they always get views, and I wanted to see if I could gain some relevance in the Google search results. And it worked. The Should You Play videos did well, so I threw out another beginner's guide, this time to the Elder Scrolls Online, and then I returned to playing awful games. Now at this point, I was contacted by some mobile games companies from China. They'd seen my channel and wanted me to make an advert for their game. They also wanted me to put it on my channel, and I didn't want to do that, but I did need the money. I just had my hours cut at my job and I needed some form of income. So you may have seen these adverts on Instagram or Facebook, because almost 200 of you have contacted me on Instagram saying, "Is this you?" The answer is yes, that is me. I needed the money at the time. However, the company have waited until now to actually start using the advert. Thanks for that. This was my first harsh lesson in not underselling myself. It also prompted me to start a Patreon so I wouldn't need to accept any more of these adverts. Now comes the start of a major boost for the channel. I googled worst MMO ever. Honestly, I just wanted to know if my series would appear in the search results in an incognito window. It didn't. Instead, I found an article about an MMO I'd never heard of. Otherland. The reporter played it for a few hours and then declared it terrible and left it at that. Well, I needed to know more, so I found it on Steam, downloaded it, played it, and what I found was one of the most beautiful experiences I ever had. Surreal. Abstract, loved but forgotten. Otherland was an MMO in development hell for several years and then abandoned, but still clinging to life with no players. I played the tutorial and I was just spellbound by the ambience of this game. I checked the Steam charts and there were only 4 achievements and almost no one had all of them. So I decided I was going to finish the game. And I did. Over 100 hours of gameplay and 100 extra hours of editing later, I finished Otherland. I am one of the only people in existence to ever do this. The series was incredible. I even managed to speak to the current developers, Drago Entertainment. They're still making games while keeping Otherland alive. I discovered I even owned the novel the game is based on. The Otherland series is one of the videos I'm extremely proud of. It's a crazy journey, and if you've seen the series, you'll know how insane this game almost sent me. And then I realised the worst MMO ever series wasn't just about playing bad games. In several cases, it would be chronicling them, because the games I would play were the games likely to shut down. Defiance 2050 has. Life is Feudal MMO has. Astelia is shutting down. The games I play on this series, this might be the way some people remember them. While completing my playthrough of the Otherland series, I was still making academic videos, such as the 7 Deadly Sins of MMO Design, how to judge an MMO in only 1 hour, why you're not having fun in MMOs anymore, and that was an interesting video. That was a very controversial video. That got people talking, which on YouTube is good. It got people reacting and sharing, and the algorithm picked that video up, why you're not having fun in MMOs anymore. Now, watching the video back now, I'm sure I made some mistakes, and I'm sure I could have been more succinct, but something then happened that would be a major turning point for this channel. Asmongold, one of the largest Twitch streamers and YouTubers in the MMORPG landscape, reacted to the video, and this exposed my video to his audience. Asmongold watched my video, and some people liked it, and some hated it, but this exposed my small channel to hundreds of thousands of people. Now, many people say I got lucky. And I did, but remember, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If this was the only video I'd ever made, people would watch it and move on, but I had so much more already up on my channel. I had the worst MMO ever series I'd been working on for years, the Otherland playthrough that took me hundreds of hours, the opinion videos I started 3 years before. I had content ready to be watched. Being lucky doesn't mean anything unless you had the groundwork already laid down to capitalize on that luck. So this was my chance. I was gaining momentum. I had to keep it. I doubled down. I set myself a schedule. I would put out 3 videos a week, a Monday opinion piece, a Wednesday current event and MMO news update, and a Saturday worst MMO ever episode. All videos would go live for 7 PM UK time, and after each video I would Twitch stream for 2 to 3 hours. For the last 6 months, I've stuck to this schedule. Opinion videos, worst MMO ever videos. I've kept the content coming. And then Dreamworld happened, a scam MMO on Kickstarter that captivated the MMORPG world. I made videos, Kira TV made videos, Callum Upton made videos. The larger YouTubers like Asmongold and Critical watched our videos and responded to them, advertising the channel to even more people. The Earth 2 MMO was announced and I covered that. I played Secondhand Lands, an absolute surreal nightmare of a game. I made opinion videos on every aspect of MMO design, almost all of which were watched and reacted to by Asmongold. By now, my channel was being noticed by YouTubers way more experienced than me, and I had comments from the Spiffing Brit. Asmon followed me on Twitter. I was chatting with Big Fry TV, Jabrills, Chef PK, Kira TV, Resonant, and The Lazy Peon. Channels I'd grown up watching were watching me, and that is still strange to me. On the 21st of May, the YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers, and 10 days later, on the 31st of May, PC Gamer wrote an article about me, exploring my crazy journey to play every bad MMO I could find. A day later, the fan art started, which has since grown substantially. 25th of June, Twitch invited me to the partner program. The Twitch streams were averaging around 300 people now, which is a world away from the 2 or 3 people watching my Dark Souls stream only 4 years ago. On the 10th of August, the channel hit 200,000 subs. The direction was clear. MMORPG games. Play the bad ones, review the good ones, and critique the game design choices of all of them. The moment the channel hit 100,000 subscribers, I started to get noticed not only by viewers but by companies, and I would wake up to emails daily. In the last week I've received about 100 from companies that want to sponsor me, either give me money to promote their terrible game or their gold-selling website or their standing desk or their wearable tech. I've been approached by actual wearable tech, some kind of brain-hacking device, some kind of gaming powdered drink. Everyone has approached me, and I decided then and there that integrity and honesty with the audience was going to be a very important thing for the future of this channel. No more mobile game adverts. I didn't need that money as desperately anymore. Everything I would take as sponsorships would be discussed with you on the Discord, and in the last 4 years I've taken 3 sponsorships despite being offered about 400. NordVPN, Honey and RuneScape, because these are companies I actually use and can vouch for. I've also turned down all the influencer networks and companies that have approached me, and I've been approached by almost all of them. That's where YouTubers join together into a big conglomerate and the company take a small amount of your revenue, and in return they promote you and they make thumbnails for you and they get you sponsorships. And I thought, no, I want to be independent and I want to say what I want to say about games. That's very important for me, and it's very important for me to know I'm being honest with you. And that brings us to now. The channel has recently hit 200,000 subscribers, and to celebrate it, my PC died. The 512 gig hard drive finally gave in. The processor was slowing down. The RAM, despite being upgraded, was still capped at 1333 MHz. I was playing games on low graphics. I was just about making 1080 when I was playing, but I was being forced to downscale to 720 during editing. Anything I was playing was lagging, even at 30 frames a second, and my mic was randomly dropping out. This was not the PC of a successful YouTuber, which was what I seem to be now. So over the last week, I've done some upgrading. The reason I sound different is because I've upgraded my microphone from a 10-year-old Blue Snowball to a Razer Siren. And if you've been watching my videos, you've been watching me gaming on low graphics, capped at 30 frames a second, 720 resolution if you're lucky. The footage in my Final Fantasy XIV guide was recorded the best I could. Remember this? This is how the channel used to look. The future of the channel, however, now looks like this. top-of-the-range i9 10900K processor for super fast recording, 32 gig of RAM for editing, NVIDIA 3070 Ti Founders Edition for ultra-quality gaming, 2 M2 SSDs to reduce load time, brand new Razer Siren mic for higher quality audio, and dual 1440 165MHz monitors for Ultra HD, ultra smooth footage both on YouTube and on Twitch. I'll be able to play almost everything on Ultra at 1080, and that's the quality of video you're going to get from now on. The future of the channel is simple. Remain independent, play games, and share my love for gaming with you. The best picture quality, the best sound quality, and the worst MMOs. 3 videos a week, from scams to opinion pieces to game reviews and critique, followed by 3 Twitch streams where we can all chat together. In 4 years, we've gone from this.
We can have civilized discussions on that death never happened. That death is not the real one.
To this. 200,000 YouTube subs, 22,000 Twitch followers, 3,000 Discord members, 600 Patreon supporters, and one guy in a room with a love for gaming. Forgive me my little trip down memory lane, but it's important to let you know how many times I've failed before I finally succeeded. Michael Caine famously said, "It took me 5 years to become an overnight success." And I agree with that. I've been working away in the background making videos for just over 4 years now, and only recently have they started to gain any traction. Arnold Schwarzenegger said I am not a self-made man, and I agree with that sentiment. I've been helped get to where I am by many people. Larger YouTubers reacting to me, game developers taking time out of their day to talk to me, and supporters on the Patreon allowing me to get back on my feet so quickly after my old PC died. If you've clicked the subscribe button because you like the videos that I make, I hope to be making them for many, many more years. 4 years ago, we had nothing. Now we have over 200,000 of us in our community enjoying videos together. Let's see where we'll be in the next 4 years. Thank you very much for your time, and as always, have a great day.